Greetings and welcome to I Am Powered by Love TV. I'm Demi, spiritual life coach, certified aromatherapist, Reiki master, and Akashic record reader. And welcome all my friends for returning. I want to thank you and all you beautiful humans who are tuning in for the first time. This is your SOULSCOPEs, and this is for Aquarius Decan 1, which is from, and I can never remember, although I look at it right before I sign on. It's just a bad memory. That's why I channel. So as a Akashic record reader, I don't have to remember anything. Everything just comes down as download. That's just what it is. So it's January 20th through the 29th. So if your birthday falls within that, this is going to be a channeled Akashic record reading for your soul as your zodiac. And this is, again, Aquarius Decan 1, January 20th through the 29th. And so for you, Aquarius, in the Decan 1 position, there has, we've already shared this with you before. They are saying that all the changes, abrupt, erratic, and unexpected, have all been designed by circumstance. So relationships. So this is for someone specific. This is a very specific relationship. You have been constrained in the relationship, and what they are showing me is that you've been living in the past. So this relationship does not even currently exist. So you came into this year with your clutches around a relationship that had already fallen apart, but you didn't want to let go. So when they say constrained by another person, you yourself held yourself captive to a relationship that you weren't ready to let go of behind vengeance, jealousy. So they left you, they cheated on you. You still held on because you wanted to prove that you were worthy to be loved. So they're saying that this relationship was constraining. The others of you also were constrained in a relationship because you also have been battling inside the relationship that you walked into the year with wanting to prove your worth in the relationship. So these unexpected elements of change in emotional shifting led, and for those two specific relationship types, they're telling me that neither type has healed that space at all. You just glazed over it. You literally had, what I'm seeing is there was a hole dug. So we're talking, all the way down to the core of the earth. So if anyone were to fall, that person would just be gone. You have dug so deep into the core of the earth that all you did was just slide a big rug over it, and you just walked over it, like as if all of that you went through, that you felt, experienced, and lived in the torment of the rage and the jealousy, the emotional, because there was a huge betrayal. And I think they're saying that this is actually symptomatic of multiple in the Decan. So I'm going to be talking about that in other ones. But so this is a big theme. Some of you were so deeply betrayed in the relationship that you didn't want to let go of, they had already broke up with you. They already left you for someone else, that you held on, trying to see. There was weight loss that happened. There was a new image that happened. So cutting hair, diet, surgery, changing of the physical appearance. You went through many hoops to embetter yourself, to prove to them that they should have never left you, but then you've also been secretly doing everything to get them back and pay them back for having left you and cheated on you. This particular, the first part, this took a lot of effort and work to calculate these things. And so all these things that you've been going through have been aimed at healing this part of who you are. The same with the other Aquarius in this same category that were constrained by person. You also rose to high heights prove to this person how worthy you are, and that why, all the reasons why they should love you. And so what we fail to see through all this erratic behavior is that they didn't connect because you didn't share with them the beauty of who you truly are. So they saw a facade of who you portrayed yourself to be, and they couldn't really reach down into the depths. But you obviously have deep depths, because you were able to employ all kinds of equipment to dig to the core of the earth. So you went through all kinds of changes in order to make this scenario, which still didn't come out to the result after you did all these changes. You just said, okay, I'm going to throw the rug over top of that. I'm going to walk over it because you know what? I'm getting ready to move on with my life, girl. He's so finna see, I am the one, and he missed out, and I'm getting ready to show him. And even now, in all that you're doing, you're still doing it to show him how much you are worthy of the love he should have given you. So this kind of leads us to this particular full moon that's August 3rd. And so right now you have been driven into work and success, because in that underlying motive and intention to prove your worth, you have taken all that energy of trying to adorn yourself and deem yourself to be worthy and good enough. You've put all that focus. This is the rug that you put over this wounded heart. Okay, so you slid right into, I'm just going to focus on my work because this is what I know I can control, and I got this together, and I'm finna show you that I got this, and you gonna hate the day because she ain't never gonna love you like I did. She ain't never gonna show you this. She ain't gonna be able to do that, and I'm finna get out here and I'm gonna be successful. So with that same fervent energy, you were able to set into motion the success, the money, the career advancements. Some of you went back to school with the intention to empower yourself for this intention, and you excelled. So I hear there were some parts of this is professional education. So there were exams for further longevity. So we're talking professionals. I'm hearing attorneys, I'm hearing doctors, people that have to go to school to pass bars. I'm hearing higher education. So this, and even if you just went for any version of higher education certifications, vocational school, real estate, all those things, you all still fall in that category. Okay, so all of your efforts, you've just turned the direction of trying to enhance self into now trying to make yourself look financially good on paper. So if you're to walk into a bank, you'd be able to say, I got this, and this, and this is why I'm applying for this loan. So you're making yourself credible on paper because you still want this person to see you in a way that they didn't, couldn't, and still won't. So this is here. So we just set up all the precursor of the how, and now we're going to get to the why. The why is so that you can live authentically in the truest expression of who you are. Period. Point blank. Because everything that you're doing is bringing a momentum of success. But see, when there's a negative intention that is seeding the drive of its energy, the force of its energy, you will get it, but it will be self-sabotaged because you already inside don't believe that you're worthy. This is just how it is, because false intentions cannot create a sustainable empire of any form, whether it's love and family, or whether it's income and entrepreneurship, whether it's success and fame. We know the story. We've seen it play out over every caveat of life. You know, people get extraordinary heights of fame and wealth, and they still self-sabotage it. So they're saying that either they are going to stop you in your tracks before your ego gets so disproportionately out of control because you want to deeply connect with someone, and you also want to have fulfillment in your work because, see, you're taking passion from pain and trying to circumvent it into success, which leaves you empty. So we are going to go to the cards here for a confirmational reading, and I'm so sorry to have to inform you of that information. And if this is you and you'd like to make a 180-degree turn from the direction where you are and still learn how to manifest with that same power and control, because you got it. You've got the mental agility to form thought and put passion into it. So these are the same types of things that are required in universal law in order to harness the manifestation of anything. So you've got 2 of the 7 universal laws under your belt. And if you want to heal the place where these wounds keep reliving and resurfacing over all the treachery, from all the backstabbing, from all the abusive relationships, from all the lack of love, from all the lefts, the abandonment, this is where coaching comes into play. And I'd like to implore you to sign up for a complimentary spiritual coaching session at IamPoweredByLove.com. And if you'd like a more in-depth reading with myself or any of the wonderful readers here at I Am Powered by Love, I encourage you to check the link below for a private and personal reading. So I'm going to pull from the ancestors cards, and here they are for confirmation here of what we just spoke of. And this heartbreak isn't easy, and when we walk around with a wounded heart, we want everyone to believe that we are just as good as them, and we emulate, match, and make ourselves over to look like success, to look like we're good. But inside, that heart is destroyed, and we feel alone, and we feel isolated. And then because we feel alone and isolated, we end up taking on more responsibility at work. We focus on the dedication of success in the way that we would treat our relationship, because we refuse to open up. And it's hard to open up and be intimate in our communications and engaging in our connections when it's hard for us to define our own sense of well-being and connect with our own self-expression. All right, so I have a theory. My friends who've heard me before, whatever cards pop out came to show out. And so I already have a card on the floor. I'm going to bend down and pick that card up because it belongs to you. And if I didn't show you the deck, here is that deck. And we are looking at the broken arrow. Embrace the energy of peace. So let's see if I can focus that a little bit for you. So this is what we're talking about. This is just a confirmation of the turmoil that you are experiencing currently in your life. And so this is the air guardian, and as apropos, you yourself are an air sign. So shift your perception, and that's exactly what they're asking you to do. And in order to do that, this one says be brave and be honest. And this is exactly where you are. Is in order for you to make those steps, you have to take the step and turn to a different direction. that different direction means shift your perception. And how you do that is by healing the parts of you that are broken. So I thought it was interesting that the word broken was in Broken Arrow, the name of the card. And so that embracing the energy of peace is called surrender. So if this is you and this resonates with you, I encourage you to sign up for a complimentary coaching session with myself. And you can do that at IempoweredByLove.com, or if you'd like a more in-depth and personal reading, a private one with myself or any of the amazing readers here at I Empowered by Love, there's a link below and you can sign up to win a free reading, or you can just schedule or book your reading directly if you like a longer reading than just the free reading. I would love the opportunity to go more in depth and help you begin the healing process and restoring that and utilizing that power that you already have shown yourself you're capable of. And you are a force to be reckoned with, because anyone that would be able to go to the depths of the ends of the earth to make these types of changes and see them come into fruition and manifestation, you have the ability and understanding subconsciously, with even out your knowledge, that you are operating in universal law. So to be able to heal and then be able to taught how to harness the power and use it to manifest your dreams from a place of truth and love within yourself, and create and attract love, and even more success, because see, you're working and taking on all these extra responsibilities and duties and stress. It's because you're trying to prove something that you don't believe in yourself, which is why you're working so hard and so many long hours, is to prove your worth. But when you're manifesting from a place that love just is you, and you know that you deserve the wealth then expands. Your tight hold on it can only limit the amount of wealth that you can actually matriculate into your life, because you're holding on to it because you believe that you need to have it so that you can prove to everyone how good you are. But when you manifest it from a place that you love yourself so much that you have a generous heart, so wanting to give and share it is also part of who you are. You will share all your wealth with anyone, but when you're doing it to prove a value to others, this is the part that deteriorates how much of that wealth comes to you. So I would love an opportunity to be able to coach you into the bigger expanded version of that. And I want to thank all you beautiful humans out there for tuning in. And this is your Aquarius reading here. Let's see. This one was pretty deep. So this is their Decan one, and I want to thank you. See you next time. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share for part 2.